Welcome to the Clarity Advisor Show, where you'll learn how to grow your team today. Join Ken Trupke and his guests as they discuss what works and doesn't work to grow your team in today's world. And now, your host, Ken Trupke.
Hello, and welcome to the Clarity Advisor Show. Back on episode 21, I shared 5 bits of advice I would give to my younger self. Today, I have another 5 things that I wish I'd known earlier in my life and career. So let's get started. Number 1, invest in yourself. Always be growing your skills and learning new things that others find valuable. Master your craft. Really learn project management, operations, engineering, programming, or whatever it is, whatever your specialty is. The value of your skills today is decreasing over time. So make sure you stay current and stay sharp. And this means reading, studying, and practicing. Now, this means on your own time, because for the most part, when you're on the clock, someone is paying you to get results from what you already know. Think of your paid work as the game or the performance. It's only possible for you to be on that field or on that stage because of all the rehearsal and training you do when you're not performing. So when you do perform well on that stage, now you're ready to move up to a bigger stage where you'll need to invest in yourself even more. Sure, go ahead and learn to play guitar, garden in your backyard, but unless you're planning to go on tour or sell your veggies at the farmer's market, those are hobbies, which are great, but they aren't skills that serve other people and so aren't likely to advance your career. I learned this in my early 30s, which is better than later, but not as good as earlier. Listen, if you want to have more, you have to become more. And that means investing in yourself. Number 2, be a coach, not a boss. This is they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care time. President Theodore Roosevelt said that more than 100 years ago, and it's still true today. Now, I got really far being a pretty demanding, task-oriented boss, but I found it only works well up to a point and only for so long. Whether you're at home as a parent or in the workplace, you're much more effective when you come alongside someone to encourage them, not come over them with demands. Get on the same plane, the same level as your team. Ask, how can I help? Not, where are you at? Find out what they want to accomplish and then see what you can do to support them the way they want to be supported. So we're clear, I'm not saying as the leader, you don't have input on the goals and people just get to pick whatever they want. As we talked about in episode 28 on micromanagement, the leader is primarily responsible for directing what needs to be done, but not necessarily how. Now, as a parent, you're going to give a lot more latitude as to the what than you might as a leader in business. But the idea here is to work together to come up with mutually agreed goals, and then you step into your role as coach. And remember, you don't need to have all the answers. Just share what you know, ask a lot of questions, and truly care about them and their success. Number 3, learn to sell. Ranking right up there with leading a team, sales is one of the hardest roles in business. People hate what they think sales is. They think it's talking people into something they don't want so you can get a fat commission. Well, what sales actually is helping people get what's good for them that they couldn't get without your help. It's honorable and ethical and necessary. Every business I've ever worked with needed more sales. What you learn from sales is handling rejection, because most of sales is rejection. You hear no over and over, and we're not wired for rejection. So learning to keep going when you hear no over and over builds grit, which is a key ingredient for success in anything. Pushing through, getting up after getting knocked down over and over teaches you how to persist. I would tell my younger self, you don't have to make sales your career, but you need to learn how to sell, because every business needs sales. Learning it will either allow you to always find work or give you an understanding of why it's so difficult and give you a healthy respect for what your sales team goes through every day. Number 4, own it, but don't own it. This isn't either or. This is one of those both and cases where you need to keep two seemingly opposite ideas balanced in your head at the same time. So the first part, own it. Take responsibility for you, your actions, your duties, your results, and let the rest go. I'm not talking about having a "that's not my job" mentality. Definitely think like an owner, whether or not you're actually the owner. Yeah, if you're on the team, you do whatever it takes to win. But resign your position as general manager of the world. Stop taking responsibility for everything and trying to control everything. Now, that can start from a good place. I just want everything to be right. But it's really a form of pride because you're taking on more than you can or should. Everything doesn't need to be the way you want it. And everyone doesn't need to do what you want. So younger self, stop trying to change others. You can't anyway. You can only change you. So get to work on the thing you can and should be focused on. And back to owning your results, win or lose, stop living in the past. Stop thinking, I should have, and start thinking next time I'll. Or better yet, right now I'll. Own it, but keep moving forward. Trust me, there are certainly days when I still need to be reminded to own it, but don't own it. Okay, number 5, put people first. No matter what you do with your life, you're going to be around people. They're called friends and family. And in business, you're going to have customers, suppliers, employees, bosses, and colleagues. More people. Among many other mistakes, I've made 2 very common ones with people. First, I thought everyone was like me. They wanted things quickly, in bullet points, focused on the task first and people second, or maybe people never. And secondly, I thought everyone should be like me, very fast-paced and task-oriented. I never really noticed if people were slower-paced or people-oriented, probably because I was moving too fast and trying to get everything done. But I thought, well, if they were just more like me, things would be better. Well, then I was introduced to the DISC, D-I-S-C, DISC model of human behavior, and it helped me to understand myself, appreciate others, and celebrate rather than bemoan the differences. We're all different. Some people are fast-paced. Some people are slower-paced. Some people are more task-oriented. Some people are more people-oriented. And that's okay. We need everyone. Every one of those behavior styles brings strengths. Sure, each one has weaknesses, but together we get more accomplished. And we can complement each other when we appreciate each other. So get to know people, what they care about, what they aspire to. Everyone has a story. Listen to their story. And by the way, every opportunity comes from other people. And friends like to help friends. So make friends and be a friend. We're here to take care of each other. So put people first. Okay, that wraps up my list of another 5 things I would share with my younger self. And just for quick review, number 1, invest in yourself. Keep growing and master your craft. Number 2, be a coach, not a boss. Come alongside people to help them accomplish their goals. Number 3, learn to sell. It's a critical part of business and you need to understand it. Number 4, own it, but don't own it. Take care of your business, but not everyone else's. Number 5, put people first. Learn to understand and appreciate others. So which of the 5 resonated with you? What things would you share with your younger self? Please let me know in the comments or send me an email, and we'll see you next time on the Clarity Advisor Show.
Thank you for listening to the Clarity Advisor Show. Clarity Advisors is a speaking, training, and consulting firm specializing in helping you simplify your sales and operating systems to improve efficiency and grow your profits. Connect with Clarity Advisors today to learn more about how they can help you improve communication and get your team aligned and engaged for greater success.